All right, here we go. The bell is underway. We are here at a sold-out Wembley Stadium in London. It is Bret, the Hitman Hart, defending his Intercontinental Championship against the British Bulldog. And circling around the ring, these two have not unfocused themselves from each other. British Bulldog showing that early power over Bret, sending him into the corner. It's all about winning the Intercontinental Championship, getting that bonus championship money. And Bret sends British Bulldog into the ropes. And here comes a shoulder tackle by the Bulldog, sending Hart to the outside of the ring onto the floor. And Bret trying to figure out, okay, what do I got to do to out-muscle British Bulldog? This is going to be an interesting thing to see from Bret. The way he's being out-muscled by the British Bulldog. We're on the British Bulldog's home turf. British Bulldog has all these fans here behind him, friends, family, and the fans side headlock takeover. Head scissor break the up, and again a side headlock takeover. And Bret has that locked in deep. British Bulldog making sure to keep his shoulder up, because if both shoulders are on the mat, that starts a pinfall count. And that's the last thing you want if you're the British Bulldog. And now breaks free of Bret's grip. Oh, but Bret counter, Bret counter, went for a cover. Oh, look at this. Small package. And a 2 count. Side headlock takeover by the Hitman. And once again, taking over the Bulldog. And Bret Hart has the upper hand now. Now, this is where Bret Hart finds himself in his element of his technical skills. When it comes to working a technical style, Bret the Hitman Hart is unmatched. But in terms of power, that's what British Bulldog has over the Hitman. And a hammerlock. The British Bulldog driving his knee into the back of the arm of Bret, who is locked in that hammerlock. Adding insult to injury, it's already difficult enough for Bret that he's locked in the hammerlock. And a back elbow from Bret. And now Bret with a wrist lock. Wrenching on the arm of the British Bulldog. And continuing to work on the arm of the Bulldog. Now trying to roll through, reverse the grip. Picking up some momentum here. And there it is. That momentum's picked up now. Has control of the shoulder. Has that arm bar. And Diana watching on. Bret trying to break free of the grip. This vice-like grip. And is able to break free. Oh, got caught in midair by the British Bulldog. Catapulted face first into the top turnbuckle. Just like that. British Bulldog right back in his element. The power going after the shoulder of the Hitman. Bret back up to his feet. And the British Bulldog looking to win the Intercontinental title in front of his friends, his family, and all these fans who came here to see the British Bulldog leave as the Intercontinental Champion. It is absolutely electric here in Wembley Stadium here in London. Oh, ducked under Bret. Look at this. The crucifix. Oh, almost 2 count there. And once again, British Bulldog going right after that shoulder of Bret. This is a brilliant strategy by the British Bulldog. And again, putting all that weight on the shoulder of the Hitman. And you expect a lot of technical skills from Bret. But here comes British Bulldog, attacking the shoulder of the Hitman. It's a brilliant strategy. But here comes Bret to counter. Oh, but instead gets countered. Went for like a scoop slam, but got countered. Has the arm of Bret locked in deep. And now changing up the grip and changing the positioning to apply it in a different way. Bret trying to pull on the chin and fight back. And Bret rose through. And trying to get back up is the Hitman. Can Bret get out of this one? Pulling on the chin. And ducks under the Bulldog. And a knee to the midsection of the British Bulldog. Talk about knocking the wind out of your opponent. That knee to the midsection surely knocked the wind out of the British Bulldog. The English native. And the British Bulldog is not where he wants to be. Bret with a side headlock here on the British Bulldog. It's been quite the tactical wrestling match we've seen since the beginning of this contest. The moment the bell rang, we knew exactly what kind of bout this was going to be. You're seeing a lot of out-muscling from the British Bulldog. Oh, what an elbow to Davey Boy. And these two know exactly what's at stake. They're taking their time with each other. Whenever they have control, they are taking their time breaking down their opponent. What an inverted atomic drop to the British Bulldog. Knocking the Bulldog right down to the mat. Davey Boy Smith. Oh, look at this. Thinking that we saw this earlier. A crucifix bomb. We saw a crucifix earlier from the British Bulldog, but this time countered by Bret. Lateral press and a kick at it too. What a match we are witnessing right now between these two. These two incredibly skilled inside the squared circle. And they are showing their craft in front of this sold-out crowd here at Wembley Stadium. And this match can only end via pinfall or submission. The winner via pinfall or submission will determine the Intercontinental Champion. The last thing British Bulldog wants is to be counted out or disqualified. Right now, he's not in a position to have any of that happen as he's caught in a side headlock by the Hitman, but able to break free and gets caught with a shoulder tackle. And a leapfrog by the Bulldog. And look at that, launching Bret across the ring. And the British Bulldog once again finds himself in the driver's seat. And now a headbutt. The Hitman heads to the buckle. And again to the buckle by the Bulldog. But Bret able to get the boot up. And almost knocked the teeth out of the face of the Bulldog. And down goes the Bulldog with a running Bulldog. The Hitman, Bret Hart, heading up to the top. Heading up high. You know what they say, high risk, high reward. But instead, British Bulldog going to beat Bret up at the top. Boom, and flipping Bret over the top onto the mat and out. The British Bulldog heading up to the top. What does Davey Boy have in mind? Went for a diving headbutt, but Bret just barely barely able to get out of harm's way, and it may have saved this match and saved his Intercontinental Championship. And you can see the Bulldog holding onto his face where he collided face first in the mat. Nobody was home on that headbutt off the top. Bret driving the British Bulldog's face into the mat. And just like that, Bret the Hitman Hart able to turn things around. Bulldog back up to his feet. Was thinking a scoop slam. Davey Boy Smith sent to the outside this time by the Hitman. Just like that, Bret able to turn things around once again. You know, you see them, once somebody counters a counter for a counter for counter. And now Bret finds himself in the ring all alone. Meanwhile, the British Bulldog struggling to pull himself up on the outside of the ring. This high-capacity crowd sold out here at Wembley Stadium. We're here in London, England, SummerSlam 1992. It's all about the Intercontinental title. Oh my, look at that move from Bret. Unique offense by the champion. You don't see that too often. Perhaps nearly breaking the neck of the British Bulldog Davey Boy. And spine first, British Bulldog goes into the steel ring post. And Hart in control. Rolling Davey Boy back into the ring. The Hitman, Bret Hart, has all the momentum right now. Has all the control that he could need if he's going to leave, to leave with his Intercontinental Championship. Davey Boy Smith sent into the corner by the Hitman on a clubbing blow to the back. And just like that, Bret continuing the fight. And we saw, early on in this match, we saw the size advantage of British Bulldog. The muscle out-muscling Bret early on. But right now, what a Russian leg sweep by the Hitman. Goes to the cover, only enough for a 2 count. And at this point, Bret Hart has found a way to, use his tactical abilities, use his strengths to find the British Bulldog's weaknesses. And that has been a great strategy for the Hitman throughout this match. And what an uppercut. And another uppercut by the Hitman. What a drop kick by Bret. Taking down Bulldog. He smells blood. He's got the Bulldog. He's got Davey Boy Smith exactly where he wants him. Can you imagine the embarrassment if Bret Hart were to defeat Davey Boy Smith in his home country? And a cover. And Bret Hart with that side headlock. It would be a tough loss here for the British Bulldog to leave empty-handed, competing in front of his friends and family. But Bret Hart holding onto that side headlock for dear life. That vice-like tight grip. And the Hitman in control. But Davey Boy starting to get back up to his feet. Bret for a ride here. What goes up must come down. Great suplex and a vertical press, or lateral press rather. And only enough for a 2 count. And you can see the Bulldog trying to break free. He's having a hard time breaking free. Davey Boy pulling himself back up to his feet. What a headbutt. And an uppercut. No, instead, backslide, new Intercontinental Champion. Oh, but Hart able to kick at it too. And a back elbow to Davey Boy. Diana, once again, you can see her watching with great interest. We have 80,000 plus here in Wembley. And Bret with an elbow drop. That elbow off the top. And a cover. 2 count. Bulldog still in this one. What a shot to the back of the head of the Bulldog. Diana not sure how to feel. And now just pulled the Bulldog by the head and then just sent him back into the mat. And the fans are booing the Hitman. They are not pleased by Bret Hart here. The hometown hero. They want to see British Bulldog be the hometown hero and win the Intercontinental title tonight. And Bret has remained completely control for quite some time. It's been difficult. British Bulldog having a hard time finding the power to break free and then finding enough energy to maintain that power, maintain control over the Hitman. And look at this, a sleeper. Looking to put Davey Boy to sleep. The Hitman has the sleeper locked in deep. And British Bulldog starting to fade. Drop down to one knee. Onto both knees. Trying to fight back. He may tap out. Look at this. He hooked the rope. He was able to make it to the bottom rope. The Hitman, Bret Hart, is going to have to let go. If he doesn't let go, he'll be disqualified. But the thing for Bret is he'd still leave with his Intercontinental Championship. And 80,000 fans would be hunting after the Hitman, taking the opportunity away from their hometown hero, the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. And Bret once again has that sleeper locked in deep. Right back on it. Bret reapplying the sleeper. Great strategy by the Hitman. And the British Bulldog trying to find some energy, trying to continue the fight. How much does he have left? British Bulldog going to sleep. He's out. But he doesn't appear to be out. How is he out? That's one. If the arm goes down 3 times, it's all over. Bret will retain his Intercontinental Championship. Oh, no, not yet. There is still fight left in Davey Boy. And sends Hart into the corner, but Hart back again on that sleeper hold. British Bulldog goes right down to one knee. This has got to be it. Oh, look at this. Look at the power of the British Bulldog. Again, sending Hart into the corner. Once again, breaking free. And Hart's head snapping back into the turnbuckle. But Bret fighting back. Going blow for blow. These brother-in-laws going at it. It's a family feud. Oh, wow. Look at the way Bret got caught in the ropes. He could have torn something on that. What condition is Bret in? He just got tied up in the ropes like that. That's got to hurt. A bad fall on that one, to say the least. And now Hart sent into the corner and right back out and is on the receiving end of a clothesline and another clothesline from the British Bulldog. And a third one. Lateral press for the victory to become new Intercontinental Champion, and only enough for a 2 count. You got to keep the momentum if you're the British Bulldog. Look at this. Look at the press slam. 2 and another cover. Only enough for a 2 count. Again, the British Bulldog thought he had it, but it wasn't enough to keep down Bret the Hitman Hart. We're finding out how much heart, ironically, that the British Bulldog has. And as Bret up, look at this. Look at the power of the British Bulldog on display. What goes up must come down with a standing vertical suplex. New champion, but Bret able to get the shoulder up just before the 3. Now we are starting to see British Bulldog in his element. The power we just saw. It takes a lot of raw power and strength to pick your opponent up like that and hold that position for a few seconds. And I got what? And had only a 2 count on that cover. It was a near fall. It was really close. Now what is British Bulldog thinking? Is it time to put the Hitman away? It seems it may be time for a British Bulldog power slam. And Bret Hart is going to feel every bit of this if it connects. Going to take Hart for the ride. Boom. That's going to do it. New Intercontinental Champion. What? Are you serious? Davey Boy can't believe it either. I don't even know what to say. What? If you're Davey Boy, what else can you do? You just hit Bret with your biggest move. And Bret just got pushed out to the ring apron by Davey Boy. Bret is out, but somehow, on instinct, it was able to kick out of that power slam, that running power slam. And now look at this. British Bulldog looking for a suplex. Back into the ring, but Bret lands on his feet. German suplex into a bridge. And the Bulldog kicking out of 2. What a match we are witnessing here at Wembley Stadium in London, England. It's for the Intercontinental Championship. It is the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, and Bret the Hitman Hart. Meanwhile, Bret's sister and Davey Boy's wife, Diana, watching on in the crowd here in Wembley. British Bulldog, the hometown hero, going up just around the corner. And now, looking to take Bret out once and for all. Look at this. High above with a superplex. He's got 2. Oh, so close for the British Bulldog. Thought that was going to be enough to put the Hitman away, but it was not. There is still fight left in these 2 men. What else is left? What else do these 2 men have left? These 2 have put each other through hell and back. And now one of these 2 men is going to have to find just a little bit more power than their opponent. And now a double clothesline. Both men are down and out. Who's going to capitalize? Who's going to get back up to their feet first? Who wants to leave SummerSlam as the Intercontinental Champion? Is it going to be Bret? Is it going to be Davey Boy? Bret, perhaps thinking the sharpshooter. He's starting to set it up on the while he's laid out. Bret is like half with it, but knows where he needs to get his opponent. And there it goes. He's starting to apply it. And see the British Bulldog writhing in pain. Meanwhile, Bret hasn't even fully applied it yet. Matt Knight's going to feel it. And there it is. It's locked in all the way. As if it wasn't bad enough before. It's going to be tough to get out of this one. And now Bret going to force Davey Boy to tap out. I mean, this isn't looking good for Davey Boy. And he makes it to the bottom rope, forcing the rope break. And now Bret will have to break the hold. And look at this. Bret sent into the ropes. Sunset flip. Look at this. 1. We got a new Intercontinental Champion. It happened just like that. What an incredible match we just witnessed. I can't believe what we just witnessed. A long time in the making. The hometown hero celebrates in his home country. Celebrating here in front of 80,000 of his friends, family, his peers. And celebrating as your new Intercontinental champion, defeating his brother-in-law, Bret the Hitman Hart, to become the new champion. Hard work pays off. And Bret, you see the look on Bret's face. He thought he had this one in the bag. And Bret sitting there in disbelief that he just lost the Intercontinental Championship to Davey Boy Smith. But nevertheless, it is the British Bulldog's moment. Davey Boy won the title fair and square. He bested Bret the Hitman Hart tonight. And that's all there is to it. Davey Boy extending the hand, trying to show a sign of respect to the former champion. And the Hitman was thinking about leaving the ring. And Bret seemingly refusing to shake the hand. Tearing their respective families apart. You can see the emotions in Diana. It seems she's crying. Seems we're going to have more of a family feud. The family feud ended in the win for the British Bulldog, but now... And there it is, the shake and the hug. There it is. The sign of respect. What a SummerSlam. What a win for Davey Boy Smith. Celebrating with his wife, Diana. And joining her brother, the Hitman. What a match we witnessed. It was an incredible match, to say the least. And in the end, Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, picking up the huge victory here at Wembley Stadium. As all three celebrate. The crowd is electric. You can feel the energy here in London. The stadium is rumbling for the cheers and tears of joy for the victory of the British Bulldog. Congratulations to Davey Boy Smith on the huge victory of becoming Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion of the world.